In the vast, sun-scorched plains of Australia, where golden grass stretches as far as the eye can see and the sky blazes with hues of orange and blue, there lived a large mob of kangaroos. They were known not just for their powerful legs and graceful leaps, but for their strength in unity, a bond forged through years of living in the heart of the wild. At the center of this mob was a young and fearless kangaroo named Kieran. With fur as sleek as polished copper and eyes that gleamed with the sharpness of the desert sun, Kieran was not just strong, he was wise beyond his years. He had watched as his mother taught him the ways of the land, showing him where to find water when the drought came, and where to find safety when the shadows grew long with the approach of predators. One day, as the sky burned with the heat of the midday sun, an unsettling hush fell over the mob. An unfamiliar scent carried on the breeze, one that smelled of smoke and danger. Kieran's ears twitched as he raised his head, scanning the horizon. The once clear, blue sky was now streaked with dark plumes of smoke that rose from the nearby mountains, a foreboding sign of the fires that could sweep through the plains. "Something's coming," whispered an elder kangaroo, a matriarch with a scar on her leg named Tessa. She had seen many seasons pass and knew that nature's balance was delicate, sometimes broken by fire, flood, or hunger. Kieran bounded forward, leaping high with the grace of his ancestors. "We need to move," he said, his voice strong, though there was an edge of urgency. "There's a stream to the north, beyond the ridge. We can make it." The mob stirred, the younger ones looking to their elders for reassurance. There was a moment of hesitation before Tessa stepped forward, her eyes meeting Kieran's. "Lead them, Kieran. You have the spirit of the Outback in you," she said, her voice steady despite the quiver in her old legs. With that, Kieran took charge. The mob followed him as they darted through the dry, cracked earth and tall, dry grass. The wind howled in their ears, carrying the heat of the flames that grew behind them like a living beast. The older kangaroos urged the smaller ones forward, while mothers carried their joeys snugly in their pouches. Every leap brought them closer to the safety of the stream, but the fire pushed them harder, creeping in on all sides with ruthless determination. Suddenly, a young kangaroo named Finn, still unsteady on his legs, stumbled. He fell to the ground with a cry, eyes wide with terror as the smoke coiled around him like dark fingers. Kieran skidded to a halt, turning back to see the small form struggling. His heart clenched, knowing that to stop now meant risking the lives of everyone. But the eyes of his mob met his, and in that moment, he understood. They were bound not just by blood, but by an unspoken promise to protect one another. Kieran sprang back, his powerful legs propelling him through the searing heat. He reached Finn in a heartbeat, nudging him up with a gentle, strong push and pulling him to safety as they bounded together through the burning air. The heat was relentless, sweat dripped down Kieran's fur as he pushed himself forward. But now, the mob was no longer just running, they were fighting the blaze with the strength of their unity, each leap a defiance against the flames, each powerful bound a testament to their will to survive. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the stream appeared on the horizon, its cool waters shimmering under the light of the sun. The mob surged forward, splashing into the safety of the stream as the fire roared in the distance, unable to touch them any longer. As the sun set, casting long shadows over the scarred plains, Kieran stood at the edge of the water, looking out over the horizon. The fire had passed, but it had left its mark. Yet here, in the heart of the Outback, the mob was whole. Kieran turned to see Finn nestled close to his mother, eyes wide with wonder and exhaustion. Tessa, now beside him, placed a reassuring paw on his shoulder. "You did it, Kieran," she said, her voice thick with pride. "You protected us all." Kieran looked at the faces of his mob, young and old, safe and strong, and knew that no fire, no storm, or no hardship could ever break the bond that held them together. They were not just a mob of kangaroos, they were guardians of the Outback, champions of the wild. And in that moment, Kieran understood that true strength was not found in the power of a single leap, but in the courage to stand beside those who needed you, no matter the cost.